Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. On Tuesday, members of parliament voted overwhelmingly to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. Next week, the senators will also impeach Rigathi Gachagua because I don't see numbers working in favor of Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua will then head to the courts, and the courts will also uphold that impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. But majority of Kenyans have been asking me a question which I want to answer on this particular platform. Who is going to benefit from Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment? Because let's face it, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happens for the sake of it. There is no way William Ruto can just wake up one day and engineer impeachment motion against his deputy. I'm informed that William Ruto literally called almost all members of parliament personally, directing them to vote to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. So there is no way William Ruto can just decide to engineer that impeachment against Rigathi Gachagua without an objective. But is he the biggest beneficiary of that impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua? I doubt if William Ruto is the biggest beneficiary of Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment. Of course, some have argued that the other beneficiary is going to be Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And of course, Kalonzo Musyoka did a good job for Rigathi Gachagua. He ensured that Wiper MPs stood with Rigathi Gachagua and voted against that bill. But is Kalonzo Musyoka going to be the biggest beneficiary of the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua? Let us wait to see. But so far, I don't think Rigathi Gachagua is really milking the benefit of that impeachment. Uhuru Kenyatta fell out with William Ruto, and Uhuru Kenyatta also fell out with Rigathi Gachagua. And from the fallout, I'm not so sure whether Uhuru will benefit really much from Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment. But I've been thinking that the biggest beneficiary of this impeachment is going to be none other than Raila Odinga. In this video, I want to explain to you guys why I strongly believe that Raila Odinga is the biggest beneficiary of this impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. But before we get into all those, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And with the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to dive in. But again, before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to thank the following people. You are seeing their names on the screen there for the coffee which they sent to me earlier today. It goes a long way in supporting this channel. You can also do the same using the numbers you are seeing on your screen. And I want to shout out Gordon. Gordon has been one of those people who every single Friday they send me something for coffee. Of course, Kathy and the rest. I'm so grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, why do I strongly believe that Raila Odinga is going to be the biggest beneficiary of Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment? Earlier today, former party member of parliament Kimani Ngunjiri addressed the nation. And in his address to the nation, Kimani Ngunjiri advised William Ruto to pick a running mate from the Rift Valley because the mountain is actually done with him. And I was like, why would he speak the way he's speaking? Because we all know that Kimani Ngunjiri was one of the leaders William Ruto really used when he was fighting Uhuru Kenyatta. Listening to Kimani Ngunjiri and pay very close attention to what he's saying.
Of being a president in 2027. I'm giving you this for free. Now, they will succeed destroying the Mlima. Now, what they will be after, how do we destroy the Rift Valley? The issue of Kikuyu they have removed. The issue of Kalenjin, how do they deal with it? 2027. That is the talk. That's what I'm seeing in the clips. If I see how they are going, that's how clips are. When they come to that, fighting you 2027, let me tell you, I'll take it to the bank. For one, Milima will not be with you. Then these other tribes who think they'll be with you, they are cheating you. They will say, now, we have finished Milima, now let's finish Rift Valley. Even if you calculate how, that is how the plan is going now. And the people of Rift Valley, which have been a very big problem. The other problem I'm seeing, a very bad problem, is that I've seen people tweeting, I've seen young boys even abusing the president in a very, very, very bad way about the seat of the deputy president. And also the women. I've seen them abusing you very, very, very bad, which I don't agree with that. If that thing will go down and trick maybe somebody else in Rift Valley, he may talk something, also a language of attacking now Kikuyus, as you have been attacked by some of them in a very bad language. Others now in the Rift Valley, you are their son. If they feel that, they start attacking in the Milima. There is a fire. Iko moto inatengenezwa hapa katikati. Kati ya Wakalenjin na kati ya Wakikuyu. Although I'm very happy with the Rift Valley, especially I say Kalenjin and Kikuyus, we are very united that we don't want that fight to come in the ground. Because all of us, Kikuyu and Kalenjin, we suffered 207 badly. Very badly. These other communities, they are okay. But they are the ones who generated this fire. That fire, I'm seeing it coming after the Facebook and the statement I'm seeing in the Facebook, people attacking each side. If that thing will be able to work in the way it's been taken, you'll be blamed. And when you'll be blamed, it will be a rubber stamp of Rift Valley being removed from their possession of supporting you, and also their property being destroyed. If we reach there, and that's the plan which is going on, it will be very bad for us.
Now, from that statement by Kimani Ngunjiri, it is clear that William Ruto is not the biggest beneficiary of the fallout. It is also clear that William Ruto is going to lose the mountain. In fact, on this platform, I've been on record that the fallout between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua is going to affect William Ruto in the mountain. Rigathi Gachagua is going to, with the help of Uhuru Kenyatta, to consolidate the mountain. But let us not get into that for now. For now, let us focus on why I strongly believe that Raila Odinga is going to be the biggest beneficiary of the fallout. Number one, the value of Raila Odinga, I'm talking of political value of Raila Odinga and his party, ODM party, has now gone up. Now, if you followed the impeachment motion and the debate in parliament, and of course the reaction of Kenyans, especially from Rigathi Gachagua supporters, they're actually blaming ODM party for sending Rigathi Gachagua home. And someone was asking them, why should you blame ODM for sending Rigathi Gachagua home when Rigathi Gachagua's own member of parliament, a man he funded, voted to send him home? When Sabina Chege, the party leader of Jubilee, voted yes to send Rigathi Gachagua, when several members of parliament from the mountain voted yes to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. So the reason why these guys were blaming ODM party is because ODM now finds himself in a position where it can decide to either frustrate or aid the government. Which means moving forward, for William Ruto to achieve anything in parliament, ODM must be consulted. So the value has gone up. If Raila Odinga wants now to negotiate with William Ruto on other issues, I can tell you, he can really get what he wants. In fact, there's a video I did. I'm going to share the link. Just a few months after a few weeks after the last election, that the Luo nation were actually going to be the biggest beneficiary of William Ruto's government. By that time, I never anticipated this handshake. But I anticipated that there was going to be scramble for ODM as a party, and Luos in particular. Because remember, there was Rigathi Gachagua who wanted to win the support of the Luos. There was also Musalia Mudavadi, who was appointed the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Of course, he would want to win the support of ODM and the Luos for that matter. Even William Ruto wanted to win the support of the Luos for his re-election bid. So, as we speak, in fact, someone was saying that members of parliament were paid 200,000 each to vote. I'm sure ODM MPs, their value went up a bit. And that's why they were even excited during the debate, if you listened to that debate. So the value of ODM has gone up, which means those who voted to send Raila Odinga home, like Rigathi Gachagua, are now headed to Madeira, while Raila Odinga is headed to AU and will be controlling Kenyan politics. So that's number one. Number two, Raila Odinga is also benefiting in a very big way in terms of Railaphobia and the politics of the mountain. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think the mountain never voted for Raila Odinga? Because Uhuru Kenyatta told them everything, what to expect. They defied Uhuru Kenyatta. Why? Because of Raila Odinga. So they created a fear. So there's a lifetime lesson which William Ruto has taught the mountain, that there is no need for hate in politics. Politics is about interest. Because William Ruto really invoked anti-Raila Odinga sentiments in the mountain to unimaginable levels during the last election. Then election comes, you ensured the mountain left the government because Uhuru invited Raila into that government. They voted for you. Now you are the president. Now you invite the very, very person, Raila Odinga, in your government. How do you take the mountain? So I think the mountain have now learned that lesson, that politics is not about hate. Politics is about interest. Politics is about betrayal. So that if Raila Odinga can serve their interest, the next election, they can vote for him. In fact, I was talking to someone and he was telling me, Lee, the only thing the Mount Kenya are waiting for is that they want to teach William Ruto a lesson by voting for Raila Odinga. But of course, if you read comments, some are also saying Raila Odinga was never an option and will never be an option. But Raila Odinga is now calling the shots in a government they themselves voted for. So the thing is, the mountain has been taught a lesson. And Railaphobia should never be a factor again. And that, in my view, is a good thing. Raila Odinga is also the biggest beneficiary in terms of his African Union bid. The day members of parliament voted to impeach Rigathi Gachagua, I told a friend of mine that one thing which must happen is that William Ruto must ensure that Raila Odinga is elected as the chair of the African Union Commission. Because if Raila Odinga were to fail to win that seat, his supporters are going to read malice. They're going to accuse William Ruto of sabotaging Raila Odinga. And then, based on the political situation and environment in the Republic of Kenya, Raila Odinga might start coming back to the opposition politics. Let me ask you, do you think William Ruto would be comfortable dealing with Uhuru Kenyatta, a former president, dealing with Rigathi Gachagua, immediate deputy president, and Raila Odinga at the same time? Of course, you add to the Gen Z rage, and of course you add to the Gen Z rage. So which means William Ruto will have to be forced to put more effort on Raila Odinga's bid, because failure is going to change the political dynamics in the Republic of Kenya. William Ruto would not want that to happen. And lastly, we are also talking of Raila Odinga factor in 2027. With the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, it means Raila Odinga is going to be a major factor in 2027. He can decide to run, and I'm told that's the idea behind Rigathi is thinking like that, Uhuru and the mountain, because they have taken their calculator and figured out that if Ruto must be removed, then the person to remove William Ruto is Raila Odinga. That's something they've figured out. And for Raila Odinga to remove Ruto, they must support him. But age-wise, they know Raila will serve maybe one term only, and then the mountain can now re-strategize. And of course, even William Ruto himself, his re-election bid is now pegged on Raila Odinga 100%. The mountain is gone from William Ruto. The mountain is gone. People like Kimani Ichung'wah will not even have a voice in the mountain. The mountain is gone. That's a fact. It's a fact. So Ruto must get votes elsewhere. And where can he get votes from? The Gen Zs are rebelling there. So it means Raila Odinga, with his followers and supporters, will have to work very hard and bring their supporters to William Ruto corner. That's the only way William Ruto can be assured of winning. Otherwise, so until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.